I think what's really exciting is all of that CapEx that one would sink into infrastructure can now be OpExed. Therefore, the capital that they have comes off the balance sheet and becomes part of operating, which hopefully, if they play their cards right and they're listening to the consumer and they're executing to perfection, or at least within a decent realm, that CapEx that they were using now enables them to use that to further the brand, to invest in their people, grow their experience, et cetera, whereas historically it was like tied up in bonds, in server rooms, which are now in the cloud. Like
in real estate as well. I mean,
that's right.
You know, when I was living in Korea, there's still a bit more of a, we own real estate because we're a big, powerful company.
Sure.
And I think Korea hasn't gone through that change, which Japan went through, for example, 20 or 30 years ago, when they're facing real competitive threats. And how do they create capital in order to survive? And that one way is by selling real estate. And by doing that, they move more cash to enable them to then focus on what they're best at. And the next iteration of that is potentially even what you're talking about, moving some of that operational real estate and transferring that to other providers who specialize in the operation of real estate, not just from owning real estate to leasing real estate to just operating within real estate.
You've seen that with third-party logistics centers.
Right, yeah.
Right? So core competency is we make products. We are a branding and marketing agency. We are a legal firm. We create these widgets. Okay, well, if you're going to supply chain and distribute that to large retail or even e-com, you need someone that specializes in that logistics arm. And if you try to bring it on yourself, you can do it, but it would just be so much easier. And I know this from personal experience in my time in Los Angeles. I never saw inventory because the pressure that Amazon, SkyMall, Petco, PetSmart, Frontgate, and 2,000 other independent retailers put on me in terms of like supply chain demand was not part of my core competency. So I actually outsourced my logistics. I never saw product. It was always in a warehouse. And when POs came through, my system spoke to the warehouse and they shipped it. And what I did was I stayed focused on building the brand, making sure we had amazing products. But when it comes to that specialty, I outsourced it. I feel like we're very early. We're sort of 1.5% of net lettable area in or in Australia in terms of flexible office and co-working operators compared to the total market, which I think is super exciting. But what we're starting to see now is people are a great, brand and marketing business. They don't want that. There's a whole nother area of competency that they have to bring in, which is management of plant, having a receptionist, doing all these sorts of things. All that goes, and we just stay focused and dialed in on what we do. We can send our inventory to a warehouse, they'll supply it. We can build the brand and marketing in a private office. But in terms of like what 3PL did to a traditional warehouse, I feel like co-working and flexible operators are now starting to do to traditional real estate.
TW, I've never heard anyone put it in terms of the 3PL, but that's really, that makes a lot of sense. And it's already happened in industrial space, which is more of an older school type of real estate. You can only expect that it's going to increase in terms of office space.
I think so. Mate, always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming and spending some time today. I'll link Darren's details in the vlog description. You can follow him on LinkedIn. Darren actually does his own vlogs, so it'd be great to check some of those out.
Not as professional as this, but I do.
This is what we do though.
Awesome.
We specialize in this sort of stuff here.
Awesome.
Very cool, man. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.